releases on these red shelves here. And they stretch all the way down, around the corner, all the way along the back wall of the store. It's like 450, maybe even more, different directors. Stops down here. Andrzej Żuławski, great Polish filmmaker. We go down this aisle here, and then we ran out of space, so they had to jump across. And this is the kid stuff. You can tell because the shelves are kid size. The comedy room, comedy movies, comedy television shows. Every season of Cheers, every season of Friends, a bunch of Saturday Night Live vintage stuff. And we've only got some Petticoat Junction on DVD, but we have these old tapes, episodes of Bill Maher's first show, Politically Incorrect, only on VHS. That's another one. Mutant Video, Belushi, and all kinds of crazy stuff. On the back here it says, caution, unstable material. There's even a game show section down here, by the way, so there's like a pack of old Price is Right DVDs. I love these old big box VHS. Likely Stories, parodies of like vintage pulp. It's got Billy Crystal. Here's one with Danny DeVito, Rhea Perlman, and Pee Wee Herman. Here's drama. A lot of it is TV movies that are never ever going to see the light of day ever again. But there's also some really choice box art too. Like, look at that. That's so cool. Yiddish films, Harlem Renaissance, pre-code dramas. Warner Archive has been doing an incredible job on manufacture on demand, putting out these DVDs. The interesting thing about those is that they're not pressed in a factory, they're burned, and they're ordered on demand by a customer. So they don't print out hundreds of thousands of copies, they print out one at a time by order. So here's a war section, and it's broken down into conflicts. So there's American Revolution, World War I, Korean War, Vietnam War, Westerns. If you look on this wall, you'll see Tim McCoy, all these guys, Tex Ritter, these guys who made hundreds and hundreds of little Westerns back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. And one of my favorite sections, one of my favorite kinds of movies, spaghetti Westerns down here. One of my favorites are some of the weirder ones. There's one up here called, here it is, The Price of Power. This is a really good one with Giuliano Gemma. Jungle Adventure, Vikings, Peplum, that's Federal Operator 99. The Flying Discman from Mars. Straight action, it's just, we call it bang. So you'll find like, you know, the Die Hard stuff in here. Also action TV. Blaxploitation happens to be one of my favorite sections in the store. This is in fact one of my favorite movies in the store. The Spook Who Sat by the Door. The CIA deciding that it has a diversity problem, so they hire one black guy, and then they make him a manager of facsimiles. It's the copy guy. And he decides that he's just going to sit there quietly, since nobody's paying attention to him anyway, learn all the secrets, and foment revolution. That movie was actually suppressed by the FBI. Little room here where we keep things like movies based on plays. Here's local filmmakers, movies about poets and poetry, literary documentaries. Here's a whole section of educational shorts. 7 volumes, courtesy Something Weird Video, of driver's ed scare films. This is the documentary room, not just as a politics section, but there's a whole section for weird JFK conspiracy documentaries. The great documentarian Frederick Weissman's films. This is one of the only places in the country where you can actually come in and rent his films one at a time. Over there's a David Attenborough section. So in here we've got murder, mystery, suspense, or what I occasionally like to refer to as the Skinamax section. True crime films, over here gangs and gangsters, and serial killers, and spy films and spy television. Here's the sports documentaries here too. We actually ran out of space. We had to sleeve them in these plastic sleeves. Marv Albert Achievement Awards.
Wow.
The Art of Poi. Art of the Bullwhip. Classical music, rock musicals, rock and roll movies that tend to involve like Satanists. Slaughterhouse Rock, Trick or Treat, Little Shop of Horrors, Liquid Sky, which if you haven't seen it is a sleaze art house classic about an alien vagina that eats junkies. Experimental music, noise, electronica, straight rock and roll, punk, country, reggae, gospel, jazz, blues, bluegrass, rap, folk, R&B. This is the animation room. Miyazaki's got his own section here.
The history of the comics, volumes 1 through 4, right there.
The Psychotronic room. This is where we keep all the sci-fi and horror. Harry Potter, Star Wars, Planet of the Apes. Then you get into zombies, stalkers, which is pretty much every slasher movie. Anything tiny that wants to kill you, like you got your leprechauns or puppet masters. Those two sections used to be one section that was called Vengeful Acts of a Wrathful God, but we had to break them in half because it got too big. Everyone loves Godzilla. Gamera does not get enough appreciation. European horror, Italian giallo films, Hong Kong horror, Korean horror, Japanese horror, Thai horror, Mexigogo. Look at that. Cannibals.
I see it's okay to say no to drugs.
Yeah, but then there's also like How to Grow the Best Weed, Shock and Mondo, But Shock is stuff like we've got bum fights. And then Mondo is sort of a pseudo-documentary format. It's pretty exploitive. They're broken up into some pretty cool sections on nunsploitation. I'm a big fan of Women in Prison, another one of my favorites. One of my favorites called The Mothers, which starts out as like a women in prison film, but then turns into a pirate jungle adventure. It's pretty amazing. There you have it. Scarecrow Video.